is going on, everybody? Welcome back to GhostyMoto. My name is Ghosty, and today we are going to be doing a top 5 list of the reasons why I love my 2019 WR250R. So before I get on with this video, I would just like to let you guys know that I made an Instagram for this channel. It is at GhostyMoto, so if you guys want to go over and give that account a follow, I post all the updates of when I am uploading videos and any other kind of updates that have to do with this channel. So go ahead and go give that Instagram a follow. And also hit that subscribe button if you guys want to see more. So number 1 on my top 5 list is going to be this bike can go literally anywhere. As you guys have seen in my last videos, I took this bike on the highway to show you guys that it's almost capable of going on the highway. It can, but it's not very comfortable. And also, I did a video on this bike on the trails. I'm not a good trail rider at all. So that just proves that if you had an experienced rider on this bike that rides on the trails a lot, this bike would be very good for them. Even for beginners, it's amazing for the trails. Number 2 on my list is going to be the aftermarket parts and also the OEM parts. The availability of them is just amazing. If anything breaks on this bike, you can either get an aftermarket part or the OEM part for this bike to fix it in a very short amount of time. So since this bike has been manufactured since 2008 all the way up until 2020, and I assume 2021 is going to be the exact same bike, all the parts are exactly the same. So if you go and look up a 2008 WR250R, those parts are going to fit a 2020. And this bike definitely does have its issues as far as the power can be a little bit dull. There's a lot of dead spots throughout the range of the power band, so you can always get a power commander that fixes that. Another issue is the gas tank. The gas tank is only 2 gallons, so if you ride fairly aggressively, if you're coming over from sport bikes like I did, then you're gonna ride this bike pretty hard, especially if you wheelie and you top this bike out a lot. You're gonna be running through gas like crazy. But IMS, and I'm not sure if there's a few more, but they make like 3-gallon tanks, 4-gallon tanks, the Safari tanks that are nice and big, so that way you can have more longevity for your fuel, so that way you're not stopping at the gas station every 2 days like I am. So no matter what you're looking to do with this bike, whether you want to make it an adventure bike, you want to make it a stunt bike, or you just want to make it a straight up dirt bike with lights, it's possible. Number 3 on my top 5 list is going to be this bike is, in my opinion, amazing for beginners yet experienced riders alike. So if you are a beginner rider, the only thing that I would suggest changing almost immediately would be the seat height. The seat height is really tall, so if you're less than 6 foot, I would say you're definitely gonna have to change out the seat. I'm 5'10" with a 30-inch inseam, and I can ride this on the street fairly easily, but once I get back on the trails, I can't touch the ground, and that becomes a big problem when I'm going over logs and such. If you're also not an experienced trail rider, you're gonna be putting your feet down a lot, just like I do, and having that high seat is not good. I dropped this bike a good 10 times one day just because I had the stock seat on and I could not touch the ground. So that's one thing I would say. If you're a beginner and you want this bike, that's the first thing I would recommend doing. Also, you know, bark busters and such, but I'll do another video on the mods that I have on this bike and that I absolutely love. But as far as experienced riders go, the power isn't really amazing, but yet it's there in the low end, so you can do wheelies. You can still go 80 miles an hour with the sprocket setup that I have, which is the 1349, which it gives you great low end torque, but it drops the top end down a little bit, which personally I don't really mind. I don't want to go 90 to 100 miles an hour on a WR250. that's just not something you really want to do, especially because right around 60 and 70 you get the head shake like this, and it can be a little unnerving, especially if you're a beginner, because you got to ease off and then go back on the throttle and it gets rid of it. But if you don't know how to control that, it can be very dangerous. So number 4 on my top 5 list, this one is strictly 100% my opinion. I think this dual sport is one of the best looking dual sports that are on the market. I'm going as far as like the KLX 250, the CRF. I do like the new CRFs, like the 2019s and such. But if you're comparing it to like a 2015, I love the look of this bike. It just looks like a dirt bike with lights, and that's exactly why I bought it. It's because I wanted a dirt bike, but I needed to be able to get places and still commute on this. This is my only vehicle, and that's how I prefer it. So I need a very reliable bike that can get me through any type of weather, and I felt this bike, it had the looks to do it, and definitely the capability to do it. Now the last thing on my list, number 5, I think you guys know exactly what it is. It's the wheelies. As you can see, this bike is extremely easy to wheelie. And personally, that's another reason I got this bike, is because I wanted to learn how to wheelie. So if you're looking to learn how to stunt, if you want to learn how to wheelie, 100%, this is definitely the bike for you. It is fairly light compared to pretty much all the other dual sports. So yeah guys, that is my top 5 video of what I absolutely love about my 2019 WR250R. If you guys like this video, please hit the like button. Also, give me suggestions of what you want me to do on this bike. What kind of videos do you want to see? Leave a comment below and let me know. Also, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification button, so that way you will be notified whenever I post a new video. And again, I have that Instagram if you guys want to go over and give it a follow, at GhostyMoto. I would really appreciate it. And again, you'll be able to know any updates that happen to the channel, to the bike, and to me. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you stopping by, hanging out with me during this video. Peace.